Well, I would say the G7 very broadly actually agree on how they view China. They see the need for reducing dependency, economic dependency from China. They still broadly see also China as somewhat of a solution to global problems, to global issues such as climate change. But of course, I would argue the biggest difference is between the Europeans and the US side. Because the US, as we all know, they are in a major power rivalry with China, and they would like to see the other G7 members to stand firm with the US approach. And of course, for some Europeans, in particular, when I look to Germany, we see that, there is still some uncertainty in how far we are ready to go to, for instance, criticize China or to impose some certain tariffs and so on and so forth. So I think this is the biggest difference between the G7 leaders in the question of how far are we actually ready to go against China. And I believe this will be a topic in the G7, during the G7 summit. Also there, we will probably see some differences. The US, they would like to sanction China for their support to Russia. But there is a big question mark on whether the Europeans will follow the US or how far they will go to actually agree to sanctioning China because of its support to Russia. So I think there will be broad agreement that the G7 should come out with a strong China language, but I do think that it might not be as strong and forceful as maybe the US would want it to be, because European countries, but probably also others such as Canada that are also part of the G7 still see also the need to maintain some sort of cooperation with China on some issues.